Hello and welcome to Well Sleepy, where curiosity ripens slowly and learning carries you toward calm and rest. In this video, we'll drift gently through a colorful, tranquil world of fruits, exploring their growth, their secrets, and the serene science behind nature's sweetest gifts. Imagine walking through a sun-dappled orchard, where the air is filled with soft whispers of leaves and a hint of morning dew. Each tree stands silently, yet within it, a delicate miracle is unfolding. From tiny buds, flowers bloom, petals opening like slow breaths, reaching toward sunlight. It is here in these quiet moments that fruits begin their serene journey. Apple blossoms float gently in the breeze, their soft pinks and whites offering a delicate promise. Bees moving lazily from flower to flower carry pollen like tiny messengers of life. Without rush, nature orchestrates a dance of pollination, ensuring that each blossom will become a fruit, ripe and nourishing. You might hear the faint hum of wings, a natural rhythm that blends into the tranquility of the orchard. Beneath the soil, roots spread patiently, drawing water and minerals, anchoring the tree, sustaining life without ever demanding attention. This hidden growth mirrors the quiet patience of fruit development above. Every leaf, every branch, every stem contributes to the slow ripening process, a reminder that nature's abundance emerges only through calm persistence. As fruits begin to form, tiny green spheres swell gently. These nascent apples, berries, or oranges are quiet miracles of biology. Within them, seeds prepare for journeys of their own, promising new life beyond the orchard. You might imagine the gentle scent of citrus blossoms or the faint sweetness of a ripening pear, each aroma carrying subtle messages to your senses, slowing your breathing, calming your thoughts. Even in this early stage, fruits are teachers of patience. They do not hurry. They grow, expand, and mature according to rhythms older than humanity itself. And as you walk slowly through this orchard, notice how every detail, the curve of a stem, the soft fuzz of a peach, the glimmer of dew on a berry, invites your mind to rest, to observe, to simply be. And here, dear listener, you begin to understand the calming science of fruits. Each gentle transformation, each quiet chemical reaction within a ripening mango or banana is designed not just for survival but to communicate with the world, inviting animals, humans, and ecosystems to participate in the quiet cycle of life. So as we wander together through these orchards, imagine the patience of nature itself, the silent generosity of growth, and allow your mind to drift into a serene state, appreciating that the simplest sweetness is often the most profound. And while we continue our journey into these calming stories of fruits, don't forget to subscribe to Well Sleepy, your quiet gateway to nature's wonders. Gentle science and nightly peace. Explore seed dispersal through wind, water, and animals. Talk about tropical fruits, berries, and their ecological relationships. Describe the slow chemical and sensory transformation as sugars develop. Emphasize calm observation of how fruits communicate, readiness through color and aroma. Subtle subscription prompts. Stay with us as we continue to unravel nature's calming stories. Subscribe to Well Sleepy to drift deeper into serenity. As we leave behind the gentle birth of fruits in sunlit orchards, let us now follow their quiet journey into the wider world. Each fruit, once fully formed, carries within it the promise of new life. This promise rests in its seeds, tiny capsules of potential, waiting patiently for the moment when nature itself decides it is time. Some seeds begin their journey by trusting the wind. Imagine the dandelion's delicate parachute, floating slowly across meadows, tumbling in graceful arcs, drifting into fields far from the parent plant. The same gentle principle applies to many fruits whose seeds are carried on the breeze, invisible travelers moving quietly without haste, allowing nature to place them exactly where they are most likely to flourish. And as we imagine this, notice the rhythm in your own breathing, slow and unhurried, like the seed's effortless dance through the air. Other seeds find their passage through the water. Picture rivers winding through tropical forests, carrying mango or coconut seeds downstream. These seeds are perfectly designed for their journey. Encased in protective husks, they float and drift until they encounter a calm shore or fertile soil. There is a quiet poetry in this process. Water shapes, guides, and delivers life without force, without urgency, simply allowing the natural currents to dictate the rhythm. You might imagine yourself as one of these seeds, drifting with ease, floating peacefully along the gentle flow. Some seeds travel with creatures of the land. Birds peck at berries, Squirrels stash nuts in hidden corners of the forest, and in doing so, they unwittingly plant the next generation of fruit. Every bite, every careful placement, is part of a slow, deliberate orchestration of life. In observing this, we are reminded of the subtle, unseen connections in ecosystems, how patience and trust create abundance, and how even the smallest acts ripple quietly across the natural world. And then there is the magic of ripening itself. Fruits are never hurried. Their sugars and acids develop according to precise, calming rhythms. A banana slowly turns from green to yellow. A peach's blush deepens. Berries soften into jewel-like reds and purples. During this transformation, invisible chemical conversations occur within each fruit. Ethylene gas whispers to cells, prompting ripening, while natural enzymes soften textures and coax out aromas. It is a quiet, meticulous choreography, a reminder that growth is never rushed, and that nature's timing is always perfect. As these changes occur, consider the senses that awaken. Smell is perhaps the most subtle guide, carrying gentle hints of ripeness through the air. Sweet scents invite birds, insects, and humans alike, guiding them to partake in the bounty. Taste, too, is transformed, as natural sugars intensify and flavors harmonize. And if you allow yourself, close your eyes and imagine these aromas filling the orchard, each one a small meditation, a gentle focus for process. Only trust in time, movement, and balance. In tropical ecosystems, fruit abundance becomes a language of color and scent. Bright oranges, deep purples, and lush greens emerge from dense foliage, signaling readiness to the animals that depend on them. Monkeys, bats, and insects move through these spaces with practiced ease, participating in cycles far older than memory. Each bite, each dropped seed, becomes part of a slow, generous conversation between plant and creature. Nothing is wasted. Everything returns. Even fallen fruit plays a role. As it settles into the soil, it nourishes microorganisms, feeding invisible communities that enrich the earth. Over time, this process builds fertile ground where new life can begin again. Decay here is not loss, and it is transformation. It happens quietly, without drama, teaching us that rest and renewal are as essential as growth. Human history, too, has been shaped by fruits in gentle ways. Long before modern agriculture, people followed fruiting seasons, learning the rhythms of landscapes through taste and observation. Orchards became places of gathering, reflection, and patience. Trees planted by one generation often bore fruit for the next, teaching a lesson in long-term care and quiet generosity. To plant a fruit tree was to trust the future. Across cultures, fruits found their way into rituals, art, and stories, and symbols of abundance, peace, and continuity. A bowl of fruit on a table signaled welcome. A shared harvest marked the turning of seasons. These moments were never rushed. They invited stillness, gratitude, and connection. Even today, simply washing an apple or peeling an orange can become a calming ritual, grounding the mind in small sensory actions. Modern science now confirms what intuition long understood. Interacting with natural growth patterns calms the nervous system. The colors of fruits, their gentle fragrances, and even their rounded shapes are processed by the brain as safe and nurturing. When we look at fruits, we are reminded, at a biological level, of nourishment, stability, and care. This is why images of gardens and orchards feel soothing, and why learning about natural systems can ease restless thoughts. As you listen, imagine walking slowly through a quiet garden at dusk. The air is warm but cooling. Leaves rustle softly. Somewhere nearby, fruit hangs heavy on branches waiting. There is no need to pick it yet. Simply knowing it is, there is enough. This sense of quiet abundance, of needs met without urgency, allows the mind to release tension and drift toward rest. They do not grow endlessly. Fruits also teach us about balance. Each season has its pause. Trees rest, soil recovers. Life moves in cycles, not straight lines. In this rhythm, there is reassurance. Nothing must happen all at once. Growth can wait. Sweetness arrives when the time is right. And as we reflect on these calming truths, remember that Well Sleepy exists to offer you these gentle journeys, moments where learning slows down, curiosity softens, and science becomes a lullaby. By subscribing, you allow these peaceful explorations to return night after night, guiding you through nature, food, and the universe with calm intention. As we arrive at the final chapter of our journey, everything begins to slow even further. The world of fruits, once vibrant with growth and movement, now settles into its most gentle purpose, nourishment and rest. Fruits are not only shaped by sunlight, soil, and time, They are shaped to care for life quietly, offering energy without strain, sweetness without excess, and comfort without demand. Inside every fruit is a calm biochemical balance. Natural sugars like fructose are released slowly, providing steady energy rather than sudden spikes. This is one reason fruits have sustained life for millions of years. They are patient foods, working in harmony with the body's rhythms. As you imagine taking a slow bite of a ripe fruit, notice how even the act itself feels unhurried. The softness, the moisture, the gentle release of flavor. Aromas play an equally calming role. Fruits release volatile compounds that the brain processes through the limbic system, the same area involved in memory and emotion. This is why the scent of citrus can feel refreshing, why apples feel familiar and safe, and why tropical fruits can evoke warmth and ease. These scents are not accidental. They evolve to invite interaction gently, without urgency, guiding the senses toward comfort. As fruits are digested, they quietly assist the body in preparing for rest. Minerals like potassium help relax muscles. Natural antioxidants support cellular repair. Water content hydrates without heaviness. All of this happens without awareness, without effort. Just as fruits grow silently on branches, their nourishment unfolds silently within you. There is something deeply reassuring in this parallel. Growth happens quietly. Healing happens quietly. Rest, too, does not need to be forced. Like ripening fruit, sleep arrives when the conditions are right, when the mind softens, when tension releases, when the body feels safe enough to let go. Imagine now a peaceful evening scene. A kitchen lit softly, a bowl of fruit resting on a wooden table. Nothing is urgent. No clocks are watched. The fruit does not rush to be eaten. It simply exists, complete and ready. This image alone can slow the breath, lower the heart rate, and signal the nervous system that it is time to unwind. Science shows that repetitive, non-threatening imagery, like gardens, orchards, and natural foods, helps the brain shift into alpha and theta waves, the same states associated with deep relaxation and early sleep. This is why learning about gentle natural processes can feel like a lullaby. The mind stays engaged but never overstimulated. Thought becomes soft focus, then quiet drifting. Fruits also remind us of kindness toward ourselves. They do not criticize the soil,